Austin Cindric, he won this weekend at Gateway. It was his second career win in his 93rd career start. This video is all about the connection between a driver's second career win and their 100th career start. I have this theory. I've been on it for about, it's been over 3 years at this point. If you get your second career win at your 100th career start or about there, it's kind of a benchmark. If you can do that or better, you're going to be an elite talent winning multiple races a year, contending for playoffs and championships. If you can't do that, odds are you are not going to be contending for playoffs and championships and race wins very often. So in this video, I'm going to kind of break down first where Austin Cindric falls in this group, who's in this group, and why this benchmark matters. And then the last little bit of this video, I have some discussion questions and things to think about. So that being said, Austin Cindric met that threshold. It did not take him long at all to reach that second career win. It took him a long time compared to when his first career win happened. But he only took one race longer than Christopher Bell and actually 3 races faster than Tyler Reddick to get his second career win, which are some pretty elite drivers as things stand right now. It's easy to forget how early in the grand scheme of a Cup Series career you are at 100 starts. It's where Austin Cindric is right now. It's about halfway through his 3rd season. Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick, after getting their second win and about their 100th start, also got their 3rd win and about their 100th start. The sweet spot I've kind of picked out here is between start 92 and start 125. So this is going to be a list of drivers that captured their second victory in this window of their career. It's a pretty elite list of drivers here. There's already 5 championships in here. There's all kinds of championship 4 appearances. If I was going to, make a bold statement here, it would be that 4 out of the next 5 championships, or maybe, 6 out of the next 7 championships are going to come from drivers on this list. And I actually feel pretty good about that statement, which makes me feel pretty good about the point of this video and the second win 100 start benchmark. All right, so these are the winningest drivers in the Cup Series right now, organized left to right based on how long it took them to get to their second career win. The height and length of the bar is determined by the time between their first and second career win. So the bottom of the bar is the driver's first win, top of the bar is their second career win. The most important thing here, you see this plateau, it basically goes from Christopher Bell to Joey Logano. That is start 92 to start 125 when they're getting their second career win. If you want to be the winningest driver in the Cup Series, you want to be like these guys. Bell, Blaney, Logano, they had those early wins, but the Reddick, Elliott, Byron, Larson group, as you can see, those 2 wins are close together as they hit that 100 start threshold. The wins get close together. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, I'll at least acknowledge as being, they came up in a different era. Same thing with Martin Truex Jr. And dear God, what an interesting career he's had. But, in terms of the bulk of the wins in the Cup Series, they're coming from these guys that are landed in that, 92 to 125 range. This is where Austin Cindric fits in that list, just for context. Okay, so now I'd like to focus in on these drivers that did get their second career wins and start 92 to start 125. To the left is how many starts it took a driver to get their second career win. To the right is how many starts it took the driver to get their next 2 career wins. So essentially, in the middle here, second career win, 2 wins to the left, 2 wins to the right. The only exception being, of course, Erik Jones, who still does not have his 4th career win. It's a little bit of a complicated situation. Like typically a driver is only going to move into a better car, whereas Erik Jones went from Joe Gibbs Racing to a Legacy Motor Club rebuild. So he's a little bit of an outlier here. I think he's kind of like, I guess it would be comparable to a Martin Truex Jr., where the career trajectory is just different than the textbook. And that's fine, but that just means he doesn't line up with a lot of these numbers. What the math here tells us is that if you exclude Erik Jones, it takes on average almost exactly a season to get the next 2 wins after their second career win. So let me put that in a little bit of context here and rephrase that. By the time that they get to their 4th career win, they're reaching a pace of multiple wins per season. That is a very talented Cup Series driver. You're making the playoffs, you're getting playoff points, maybe you're making deep playoff runs, which everyone on this list is. That's why I think it's a valuable benchmark to reach. Another way to break it down is if you look at the 72 races following the second career win, this group averages, again, it's getting toward 2 wins per season in that range, with Bell and Reddick's numbers actually not being at full strength because they've not reached a full 72 races since their second career win yet. So that kind of explains why I have this benchmark. if you can get your second win, your 100th career start, the trends seem to show you're going to be a driver that's pretty serious getting towards the playoffs every year. This is where Austin Cindric fits in this picture. Just toward the top end of it. I don't know if he's going to win 2 races in the next year, but it's certainly in the cards. All right, so that kind of concludes part 1 of this video where I'm justifying this 100 start benchmark and why I think it matters. And I hope I demonstrated that there's some value to that. So now in part 2, I have a series of discussion questions for the class. All right, so for discussion question number 1, I have this list of drivers. They are the highest in the Cup Series standings right now that have either 0 or 1 career wins. So who on this list is going to make the benchmark? I mean, Chase Briscoe is very close. Unfortunately, he's caught up in the disaster of SHR. Todd Gilliland just signed a contract extension with Front Row. He's at 87 starts. He's looked like he's been improving. Front Row has also been improving. Ty Gibbs, of course, I don't even need to say anything there. He could have won 2 races this year as possible, but in the same way, no, he couldn't, because he's still learning the Cup Series. That's kind of the point of the 100 start thing, is you have to get there. So he hasn't gotten that first one yet, but we could expect his line on that initial bar to, like the Tyler Reddick line, where they come back to back. So next season, if Gibbs doesn't get a win this year, I'd expect Gibbs to get multiple wins next season. It's going to be interesting to see where these guys end up and if they get wins. So to circle back around SHR disaster, discussion question number 2 was Cole Custer cut from the Cup Series too soon. He's currently sitting at 117 career starts. Clearly he was not the problem at SHR. I mean, like, his rookie year was the COVID season. His Start 100 season was the debut of the next-gen car. And he's done great in the Xfinity Series, right? Like, there's no doubt that, like, Cole Custer is a talented driver. And it seems like they might have just cut him off a little too quick from the Cup Series. And at this point, it might just be too late. See what happens this offseason, I guess. All right, discussion question number 3 for the class. Harrison Burton, he's sitting at 88 career starts. Is he... I mean, according to my rules in my textbook here, we should at least give him another season. But the problem is, where are you going to find a ride? Which gets to discussion question number, 1, 2, 3. Is this number 4? Why in the world are those guys going to be out of rides when Corey LaJoie is at 251 starts and 0 wins? All right, anyway, so this list over here is every driver that has won a race in the Cup Series and is active and has made 100 career starts. So as you can see, at the 100th start, most drivers are at, like 1 or 2 wins at most. Brad Keselowski is way over here. But anyway, there's not a lot of wins at the 100 start benchmark. But then if we jump to the 150 start mark, suddenly there's a whole range of wins here. And that's kind of my point of this video, is that 100 to 125 mark is when the careers launch. And here's me demonstrating that that's when the careers launch. Anyway, that's thank you for watching this video. I hope this was interesting and meaningful. This is a little bit of, like, an Austin Cindric defense, me wanting to talk about this theory I have, and also, I had to roast Corey LaJoie a little bit. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing. And also, I do a kind of modified version of the win progression career chart every week on my website, 36xracing.com, if you want to check that out. I can't say the Cindric one is on there yet because I've been making this video instead of updating the website. But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.